Hey guys, Brian Trauman here, Pez Through the Ages, Facebook and YouTube. I've just got my PezHead of the Year box and I'm about to open it up and I thought I'd share it with you guys. I'm pretty excited about it. I get like a weird butterfly thing going on in my stomach. So pretty excited. I thought I would just share with you quickly, you guys have been here before, you've seen parts of my collection, and I just want to say thank you. It's this group that makes it interesting. It makes me care about this award. Here, let me see. I don't know if I can flip it around, but I got this thing back in, what does that say? June of 2005. That's the PezHead of the Month award, which was something that a Yahoo group called PezHeads had going on for quite a while. And I did that. I got that, not because I wanted the award, but because I'm a freak. I like to organize things. I made charts, and so we were all debating how many Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles there were, and there's 56. They'd say there's 7 stems, and there's 2 different heads, and 2 different styles, or 4 different mask colors. So I'm like, well, but then there's the thumb tabs, and then there's the T-bar in the back, and then there's the different countries, and oh, by the way, there's purple and pink stems that we didn't count before. And so I made a chart that I shared with the group way back in the day, and that got me that clock as well as this little guy. There's a package of stuff that came, and I probably have a candy pack somewhere. This was Tina's contribution, so prior PezHeads of the month would contribute something to the box, and it would go out. I think Eric Thorell used to send them out, or Thorell. I'd go with Thorell. Anyway, went to my first convention at some point in the early 2000s and just grinning ear to ear as I sold out of my room, and there's signs all over the hotel, and if you haven't been to a convention, you gotta go. But what really is shocking for an introvert like me is that there are just so many kind and generous people in the Pez community. And that's why, when I'll post a video or whatever, people enjoy it. People so rarely criticize one another in the Pez community. And there's so many of us that we could criticize one another. It just doesn't work. So, I think the turning point for me was meeting Gordon Handler, who's a New Jersey native or resident like myself. And I never really had a friendship with somebody who collected Pez before. And, Pez collection was like a weird thing that I did and not something that you'd talk about. So I didn't. And then I met Gordon, and I went to his house, and I saw his Pez collection and his Pez room, and I met his normal wife and kids, and then I went with him to Pennsylvania and to Cleveland and to Connecticut, and he introduced me to other people, and I met a lot of you guys that way, and it became just a community, right? We got people like people that come in and out of this community, but always really good people. And that's why it's helpful that's why it's nice to be part of this group. I've got tons of people I could list here, but I won't, because I'll leave out somebody. They're all pretty great, and I don't want to do that. But I do want to give a special shout out to some of the people who've taken. There are a lot of people that have upped my game in Pez, but there's Gordon, who kind of introduced me to the world of Pez, not the Pez collection, so to speak, but everything I just said about the people. And then there was Jeff Rosenberg, who I didn't know, and contacted me, made my first big purchase. I bought a bride and groom from him a number of years ago, and then I ran out of money. Thank you, Jeff. But it opened my eyes to a world of variations that I hadn't really paid attention to before. And then there's Josh Bales, who has done a fantastic job with the Pez book in getting people interested in watching videos about Pez and learning about things that maybe they hadn't seen before, and giving tours of people's collections. And then, of course, you've got Landon and Morgan, who've started the virtual Pez convention, which is just a fantastic way of keeping in touch with everybody and remaining interesting through all this. I said I wasn't going to name names, so I won't, except for those ones I already did. There's a ton of stuff, a ton of people who've done a tremendous amount for the collection or for the collecting community. And so thank you to all of you. Maybe we'll do you guys in a different video. So for now, I'm going to switch the camera and show you what's in the box.